Peaks of Health Metabolic Medical Center in Largo treats many health issues, including thyroid, hormones, diabetes, and plenty of other diseases. Today, Medical Director Dr. Tracy Leinhart joins us with more on the thyroid. Welcome. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you so much for coming on today, because you hear thyroid and I kind of glaze over a little bit. I don't know much about the thyroid, so kind of break it down in the function and what's supposed to happen when it works healthy.
Well, the thing with the thyroid is most people think all about weight gain, weight loss type thing. And what it is it's the metabolism or the speed of every cell in the body. So that's why it has so many different symptoms when it's low or high. So it thinks of everything speeding up or slowing down. So the memory slows down, the heart rate slows down, the weight slows, so you gain weight. You know, you're constipated because your intestinal system slows down. So you dry skin because, again, your turnover slows down. So we think of everything going slower or faster.
So now I understand how the weight gain kind of gets tied in there, but what happens when it starts working not properly?
Well, again, if it's working slower, everything is not working properly because none of the functions are working fast enough. So again, we have problems with our heart. We have so increased heart disease. You have problems with your brain, decreased brain function. You have problems with your body detoxifying or clearing out, medications, or your hormones go awry. So it really does affect the person in every form, and if it's going faster, your heart rate's speeding up, your anxiety, you're unable to sleep, insomniac, you're losing weight, you're losing hair, so this is one of the things that is a very, very important hormone in our system.
Well, I know we have a picture of the thyroid actually that we're going to show here. And with that said, what can you do to maintain it or try to do your best, or is it completely out of your control?
Not completely, because some people, their thyroid is not because the gland isn't working, but something else is going on. So say that person's highly stressed out and they're eating up their B vitamins and their magnesium and selenium, and these are things the thyroid needs to function with. So you can just replace them and get the thyroid working again. So there's that primary thyroid issue, which is the thyroid gland not working, and then there's that secondary issue, something else in the body causing it not to work properly.
So obviously we've covered how many things can go wrong when things don't work properly. Where do you come in? What can you do to help?
Well, that's what we actually, when we do integrative medicine, we actually go for the cause of the problem. So we're trying to find out what is happening. Is it because they're deficient in a nutrient? Is it because they're overstressed out and their adrenals aren't working properly? Is it because they have Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune system where your body is attacking your thyroid and they're producing antibodies? And then we start looking for the causes of that. So we actually really dig deeper into the thyroid. It's not just a TSH. TSH is called thyroid stimulating hormone, and that's what we typically measure. That's what classically we measure. And that is only what the brain thinks the thyroid is doing. It's not the thyroid hormone itself. So we actually measure the real thyroid hormone. We measure all the downstream effects of it, and we look at the entire picture to see what's going wrong.
Wow, I was going to say, this is a little tricky to dive in that deep. What if someone's at home watching thinking, oh, maybe this is my problem? Or what kind of advice would you give for people at home?
I would say really have it checked out. We are really into preventative, so we actually look at the antibodies, we look at the iron levels, we look at everything that hormone needs to function properly. If you're tired, if you're fatigued, if you're losing your hair, if you're gaining weight, don't just sit there and think that this is life. Have your hormones checked out, have your thyroid checked out, have everything looked at to see if there's something going on, if there's something wrong.
And just out of curiosity, and just to kind of summarize again, there's nothing that you can do to kind of prevent these issues if they're there. It's best to seek someone like yourself to help.
Well, exactly, because you don't know what's going on unless you look at it. I don't know what's going on unless I actually test for it. I don't have that crystal ball that tells me what's happening. We actually look at the laboratory values. We look at the patient's symptoms to actually see what's happening.
Okay, I was going to say, that crystal ball, I could use one of those.
Oh, I would love that.
Things,
like
right?
the Spock thing where you can just run it over the patient. I'm waiting for that to happen, but it's not there yet.
Oh, well, thank you very much for breaking this down. And there's a lot more good information about thyroid and other health issues at peaksofhealth.com. And they also have a special offer, a free 15-minute consultation for our viewers.